Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while since I've done an update on my life, but I thought I'd do one just to let you know what's going on. So the weather is getting cold. That's the big one. Although I have to say, at the moment not too cold. Today it's sunny, but it's supposed to be raining according to the weather forecast. But you can see the roads are wet today. So yeah, we'll see. I've got my waterproofs in the backpack, which I guess is like something I wanted to talk about, is clothing in the wet and the cold. You need to keep warm. And you know, beyond buying a whole adventure suit, I guess I just thought I'd run through what I'm doing, what I plan to do, or at least what's working at the moment. We'll see. We'll go from there. If it gets colder, then I'll obviously look into something else. But basically, I've got all my outer gear is the same as my summer, spring, autumn gear. I've got this Merlin Shenstone jacket, which I think is technically a summer jacket because it's air vented. But as a lot with these things, hiking or running, it's the same. It's all about the layers. So I've got an underlayer on, which is a merino wool underlayer. To be honest, I have got one that I bought from specifically for bikes, which is just my long johns, I guess, and they're very thin but very nice. I'm in second gear. But I've also got merino wool. It's from Merlin. Okay, he's angry. Don't know what she did, but anyway. And yeah, that's very nice. Merino wool, looks very high quality. I like it. But I've also got just a sort of cheap set of underwear from, or undergarments from Amazon, which I believe are merino wool too. They're thicker, definitely thicker, but they served me just as through the last winter, just walking around and you know, nothing more than that. So I'm quite happy to keep them and give them a try. I've got the top on now, and I mean, to be honest, I feel quite toasty in it. So there you go. So that's that. Socks. So I bought a pair of heated socks from Amazon. I think they were about £50. I've been wearing them because I work at a desk at home, and it can get quite cold when you're just sat still not doing anything. But I have to say that they're not brilliant. The heating is only at the toe, and you've got an app that goes with it, and it says it says what temperature you've got it set at, but I can honestly say I don't think it's nearly as close to that temperature as it says it is. But what I do with them is just have them on the lowest setting all day long, and they last all day if I have them on the lowest setting, which according to the app is 30 degrees. It's fine. I mean, it keeps my kind of toes at a kind of nice sort of stable temperature, and I reckon if you went out for a day's ride, they'd probably last the whole day like that. Then I've got a t-shirt and my normal riding jeans, and I've got a sort of very thin sweater slash jumper on top of that. And then finally, just below the normal outer riding gear, I have a, well, the cheapest sort of puffer slash down jacket. I don't know what you call them these days. It's quite thin, but it's got a rating, at least at Decathlon, of -5 degrees, and I have that underneath, and to be honest, I get quite hot with that. So there have been days where I've been out with it. I've actually had to take it off, and I'm on my way to Sainsbury's. I used to have a pair of very thin wool gloves from TU, the Sainsbury's brand, and you know, they fit very nicely underneath a pair of gloves, and I think they would work perfectly. And so the other thing I haven't mentioned is these gloves. So these gloves are new. They are the Revit Hydra 2, something like that. They're supposed to again have a rating down to -5. Sorry, 5, I think, 5 degrees. So far so good. They're kind of like a winter glove. They're not too thick, but you can feel they are thicker than my summer gloves. But yeah, if you were wearing them, I think if you were sort of just had them as a pair that you used in everyday life, I think they'd be absolutely brilliant. And they are good. I've got no complaints about them at all. I don't know if they're waterproof. If it starts raining, we will find out. So let me go into Sainsbury's, get a pair of these gloves, and I'll carry on. Yeah, so there you go, guys. They are actually women's gloves. But the thing is that they stretch, and I think they're perfect for under glove. So yeah, the men's gloves are quite thick and bulky, the woolen gloves. So I wouldn't recommend those. But you know, let's try them out, see how it goes. Yeah, and then what else? So for waterproofs, I've actually just got a set of hiking waterproofs that I've had for years and years. One of them, the top is a sort of windbreaker, but also waterproof. And I've checked; they both fit over my clothes. A pair of leggings and a pair of and a top. And just from Millets or Blacks, if you're not in the UK, they're a sort of clothing retailer for hiking gear, hiking and climbing and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I don't see any reason not to have them. I guess we'll find out if it ever rains. So, why all the cold weather gear? Well, one more thing, boots. So I have a pair of former adventure boots, which I really like. They look great. They feel great. They're nice boots, but they are chunky, really chunky. They do make riding, you know, a bit harder. Yeah, so today I'm wearing these, which are my sort of summertime trainery type boots. They, yeah, they are more for summer, I guess. So they're probably not waterproof in any way. They're also from Revit. But we shall see. It's all trial and error, I guess. But yeah, so why am I doing this? Well, or why am I talking about this? Well, I've got my Mod 2 in the first week of December, and Mod 2 training in sort of late November. And so by that, you will probably have guessed that I passed my Mod 1, which I did, and I did it with absolutely no minor marks at all. It's a great experience. I enjoyed it. I obviously enjoyed the feeling of passing. You know, it was great. So that was about a month ago. And can't say enough. I did it in Eltham, which is a test centre up in the north of London. The examiner, Mark, really nice guy. Really made me feel at ease. You know, I'm not just saying that because I passed. I really felt quite at ease with him. He kind of treated me on the same level. He wasn't at all talking down to me. Just kind of felt like I was out with a mate, and a mate was saying, I know, I want to go straight on, don't I? A mate was telling me, oh, how'd you do this? Can you do that? Can you show me how to do that? You know, it felt like that. And really comfortable, really at ease. So I can't say enough for Mark. I guess we'll find out if all examiners are so nice in Eltham when I do my Mod 2, but I'm sure they might be. But yeah, so that was early October. I passed that. And I booked my Mod 2 immediately after that. And the earliest date was the first week of December. So, what's that, almost well, 2 months, 2 and a bit months away. Which, be interested to know from other people, is that the same throughout the country, or is that just a London thing? Because it seems a really long time, and you know what worries me a bit, and it's the examination date which is holding it up. I think I was told that by the school that it's because there's not enough examiners. There's only 2 examiners, I think, at the moment in Eltham. But I phoned up I actually phoned up a South London school as well, which would be actually a lot more convenient for me. Firstly, they said they don't do just the Mod 2 on their own. You know, you can only take the Mod 1 and Mod 2 course, which I think is a bit silly, because if you fail your Mod 1, as I did 10 years ago, then it means you have to go through the whole process again just to get onto your Mod 2, which is costly. You know, that Mod 2 is cancelled that you had booked in. So yeah, I think it's a bit stupid. I think it's also stupid not to even entertain the idea if someone comes to you and says, I've already got Mod 1, can you just take me through the Mod 2? And they say, no, we don't do that. Well, you're missing some business there, aren't you, really? So yeah, it's interesting. Are other people finding this problem? So I'm trying to be obviously really kind of good with everything, you know, so that when I do my exam, my test, I'm up to scratch. Well, I heard someone say, just ride like you've got the police behind you on your test, which I think is probably good advice. So that's it. So I'm very happy. I've got my Mod 1 done, like incredibly happy. And so obviously I've been looking at bikes. What am I going to buy? Currently I'm kind of thinking a Triumph Street Scrambler, although it's a toss-up between that. So my options are Street Scrambler, Street Twin, XSR 700 from Yamaha, or well, that's pretty much it, I think. I am also interested in sort of more kind of off-roady type bikes, so like the Tenere, Yamaha Tenere, although I kind of went to see one the other day and it's a big bike. Oops. So don't know how easy that would be as a first bike. Other sort of news I've got coming up is I'm going to go to the NEC in November for the motorcycle show. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully there'll be some new bikes. I know Triumph have just come out with their new paint jobs, really, rather than new special edition bikes. It'll be interesting to see them. I have to say I don't really fancy any of them. The orangey kind of black Street Scrambler looks kind of cool, but I think I prefer it in just plain black, if I'm honest. Let's hope it doesn't rain today. I'm going to do some more videoing because I want to test out my new cameras and test the best settings for them. But I'll leave it there for now and say goodbye, guys. Hopefully next time I speak to you, I might have a full license.
Yeah, so as you can see, it did start raining. So I stopped and put on the raincoat that I mentioned earlier. The Merlin Shenstone does have some waterproof capabilities for light summer showers. However, I thought, why not? It's a good opportunity to try it all out. To put on my jacket, I had to take off my gloves and helmet though, and this was a big mistake, as they both got wet whilst resting on the bike. As you can see, I'm struggling to put them on. However, both were completely dry inside, so I still think they're quite waterproof. But of course, as luck would have it, the weather pretty much cleared up after all of this, and only really kind of light rain after that. So for me, the big surprise winner were the boots. Even though they're summer boots and they're vented for summer, when I got home, my feet were bone dry. I also think the gloves performed really well too. Having said, they got wet around the cuffs inside, they were quite dry. As you can see, it is raining reasonably hard. I don't know what they would be like in torrential rain, but certainly in this condition they were fine. Hope that was useful to someone and you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and subscribe and let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. See ya.